The Ministry of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services convened a press conference on Monday at the Sadauda Kairawa Jawara International Conference Center in Bijulo, featuring officials from the Department of Physical Planning to address the ongoing demolition of what authorities describe as illegal structures within the Salagi layout. Over the weekend, dozens of affected residents in Salagi voiced their outrage, alleging that their homes and properties were demolished without proper consultation or due process. Many claim they followed the required legal procedures before constructing, including obtaining approvals from the Department of Physical Planning, the Gambia Revenue Authority, and the Ministry of Justice. In response, physical planning officials clarified that the Ministry of Lands and its technical departments have long been working to halt illegal developments in the area. This, they said, included consultation with traditional landowners, field inspection, press briefings, and demolition efforts targeting encroachments. According to a statement released by the department, after numerous complaints lodged to the Ministry of Lands by allottees about the illegal developments of their allocated plots and public spaces reserved by other individuals, coupled with several interventions made by the Ministry and its line departments, the Ministry has now resorted to the undecisions option of demolishing all encroachments and illegal developments within the layout. Momodou Tal, the Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Local Government, Lands and Religious Affairs, disclosed that the Gambia Police Force conducted an independent investigation into the Salagi layout. The Ministry has since acknowledged the findings and began implementing the report's recommendations.
The Kenebaring Kabilos, whose lands were acquired for the creation of the layout, to be compensated as required under the Land Acquisition and Compensation Act 5706 laws of the Gambia. The encroachments of the reserved lands, meaning public spaces, by some disgruntled people of the Kenebaring Kabilo to be demolished immediately. The intruders are charged with criminal trespass and forceful entry, contrary to Section 289 of the Criminal Code Cap 10, Volume 3, Laws of the Gambia. 4. In a way to reduce land grabbing in Salagi, the state should enter into re-entry exercises for those who fail to honor the terms and conditions attached to their allocations. A recent study conducted revealed that the encroachments consist of complete and incomplete fences, buildings under the constructions, fully built structures yet to be inhabited, as well as structures fully built and inhabited. The encroachments within the layout are three main types: the public spaces, the individual plots, and the access blockage.
Momodou Tal added that the Ministry of Lands, through its technical departments, has undertaken several interventions since the onset of the illegal developments, including engaging in dialogue with traditional landowners and conducting field inspection aimed at halting the unauthorized constructions.
The encroachment within the layout are of three main types. Like I said, residential plots already allocated to allottees were sold by private individuals other than the persons allocated. This is also a result of the inability of the allottees to fully assess the plots allocated to them. 2. Public spaces reserved for specific purposes were demarcated by individuals and sold as residential plots by private individuals. Access roads were blocked and sold within the layout as residential plots by private individuals. The Ministry of Lands, through its technical departments, have made several interventions to curb these illegal developments from time of their inception through dialogue and traditional landowners, field inspections to stop the illegal development, execution of demolitions on encroachments, press conferences, and sensitizations.
He added that individuals who claim to have obtained clearance from physical planning have right to approach the ministry and present their explanation.
Have the right to come forward to the ministry and explain so that we can look and make further investigations towards that. But currently what we are doing, we're just going by the letter of the law. And that is by saying that all public spaces need to be demolished as based on the master plan of the layout. So if there are other irregularities that have been happening in regards to from our technical departments to wherever, I think those individuals should come forward to the ministry and lay their complaints, and the ministry will take further actions and investigate further to this matter.
In response to journalists' inquiries about compensation for victims, Amadou Barry of the Department of Physical Planning stated that they are working closely with 2 affected Kabilus to ensure appropriate compensation.
Therefore, the minister is working with the 2 Kabilos currently. Engagement is always been done. I think in 2 weeks ago, we met one of the Kabilos from Sukuta. We learned that still now the process is going on to compensate them. And it is their right for them to be compensated. But we are very concerned and we are working with the 2 Kabilos specially affected currently.
The Department of Physical Planning stated that encroachments within the Salagi layout have posed a significant and ongoing challenge for both the Ministry of Lands and the government due to the scale of illegal developments and the complexity of the situation. The demolition exercise has been divided into 2 phases. The first phase, which targets encroachments on public space reserves, is already underway. However, its full completion is pending the eviction of structures that are currently occupied. Once the first phase is successfully concluded, the second phase will commence. This stage will involve the demolition of structures encroaching on individual allocated plots and the clearance of blockade access roads within the layout. Reporting for Kerfatu, I am Fatu Silla.